What's going on, YouTube? What's happening? Welcome into the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. It's November 1st, Saturday. This year is chugging along. And we are going to be talking watches today. And I'm talking from a perspective of as a consumer, as somebody that is more or less concerned about horology and like today's collecting world, consuming a lot of YouTube or moderate amount of YouTube. Yeah, we're gonna dive into some stuff, man. I want to talk about a few things, man. But before we do that, here I'll take my watch off. The watch of the moment is an Islander. Look at this. Look at that thing right there. Look at that. It's a beautiful watch, man. It's a beautiful watch. And I know there are a number of you out there across on the other side of the screen that you guys have this watch as well. And if you do, I'd like to know, man. Put it down in the comment section if you own that watch. What do you think of it? So today, man, I want to really just kind of talk about some stuff, man. This morning, I actually, peace to you too. Peace to you. Thank you for being here. I have been on a health journey. I just want to get this out the way, man. I've been on a health journey since May, and there's a lot of stuff that's happened this year, not just for me, but my family, and life has been very challenging, to say the least. We had major loss, a lot of changing lifestyle and things of that nature. In May, I had got some news from my doctor that I was done for. You know, my levels were all off, man, and I made a conscious decision to lose weight and get healthy and get off of certain pills and, you know, all of that stuff. And since May 1st, I've been doing that. Let's see, who is that? What you say your name is? Arnav? Well, welcome in. Humor Talks 372. Is that a channel? You're new to this? Okay, cool. Over here, since you guys are new, I'm just a guy that goes live every once in a while, man, talking about watches, lifestyle, things in the watch community, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. And hopefully, you know, as this show goes on, if you catch this on replay, man, leave a comment on where you feel watch collecting is going, or what has it done in your life, because I want to just kind of touch on some things today about my journey, right? So I posted on Instagram today the watches, just a few of the watches that I've worn and taken my life back. So in May of this year, I was just about 240 pounds. I am, according to the scale this morning, I'm at 194 pounds, 194.2 to be exact. And that came after, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, man. Shout out to my man Tony Woe, because he's been a constant motivator, a supporter, life coach, big bro, you know, all of the things and above. And he's a watch collector as well. So I do have a job. So for that, you know what, you got some energy, bro. Like, that's crazy, man. That's the one thing about YouTube, man. Some of you guys got some energy for some stuff, man. You have to know, you have to grow with this channel to know if this ain't your speed, it's just not your speed. I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I really do. And yeah, so appreciate you stopping by, but if you don't like it, you just don't like it. What up, Phillies in the building? I love watching since I was 7, just realizing it was a lifestyle too. Yeah, man, speaking of which, man, I have this timepiece right here. This is actually in the thumbnail, but this is something very important about this watch. Not only is it my watch, but this watch was worn by a number of military veterans, Army personnel, helicopter pilots especially. And I know I actually met one. And Just, it's been 2 days now. I ran into a pilot that actually had one of these, and I had this on. I had this on when he came in, and he looked down at my wrist and said, "Yo, you like aviation, right?" Now, his was underneath his cuff, and then he extended his arm out and showed me. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy, bro!" Like, he had the same watch, just he still had the leather strap, the black leather strap that it came on, but he had the exact same timepiece. What are the chances of that, man? It just made me so hyped. I said, "That's crazy." What's going on? What up, Edna? Trap must still be doing something right because he still got haters. Hey, it is, man. It's interesting, man. You do, when people come in and hit you with the negative stuff, man. I used to get upset, but like now I'm like, I appreciate it, man, because you didn't have to come over here at all. You didn't have to say anything, and it does let me know that I'm doing right. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, man, God put me on a mission, man, and I'm gonna do that. You know, and if you think it's like, well, we talking watches, man, please, you know how many people that follow God's decree, man, watch collectors. You know what I mean? The motivating people I got that they people of faith, men and women, and even children that motivate me. They be like, "Yo, man, I saw your show, man. You dope, man." And I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy." And just give me a word, yeah. And that come down to like with horology, man. There's an emotional connection to watches with people. I got a saying, right? And it's not like it's super popular and nothing like that, man, but it's the truth. It all started with a watch. All of this whole thing, everything, like this channel, started with a watch. And this is the question I have with horology. Where are we going with it, man? Like, what's happening? You know, I checked out, man, how many? 7 channels? I watched 7 channels between last night and today. And everybody's on something different, right? You got channels like Random Rob that, you know, he'll get a bundle of watches from Exquisite, Showcase, right? You look at them, and then it's up to you to, it's like the information about those watches are, for the most part, with his community, they know what they are. So now it's a matter of which one do you want to pick, which one can you afford, what do you want to add to your collection. And the funny thing is, like, you think about watches, what is it about the watches you gonna pick? So if Random Rob literally has 7 watches on the table, and you're looking through each one, be it Squale, be it Omega, be it whatever the watch is, you look through each one of those watches, and one of those are going to identify with you. You're going to be like, "Oh man," and you go and click the link, and you see the watch, you see if it's in your price range, and you get it, right? You get it home, and now that watch, the story starts. Whether you keep it or not, whether you buy it for an investment, which brings me on to the other channels that, you know, I've seen that having certain watches is a staple of your success financially. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But, you know, I put on my thumbnail, there's a picture of me with a sign that's pointing to horology and YouTube, right? And I mean, I do have a question. It's like, where are we going with this? Because I know that there is, right now, views are down across the board on YouTube when it comes to horology. A watch-based video, some will get a ton of views, but you won't get as many views as a car video. You definitely won't get as many views as a cat video. A funny cat video or a cute cat video, you can't even touch that, right? Even people like, who do we have? We got Nico and Teddy. They get hundreds of thousands of views, but they will fail in comparison to like the Dodge community, Dodge Challenger, you know, Mopar guys. Those videos get millions of views. Guns, those get millions of views. So you got to think where people attention span at. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to double down as a horologist on YouTube. It's like, where do you go now? Because I know a lot of people are like, hey man, you know, click on this, subscribe and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm a part of the community. I don't place myself. I fall in the place that I need to be in, but we still have an obligation to your original purpose. You know what I'm saying? Now, for those that are being paid by companies, you have obligation to them to get them used. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's completely different. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get into the chat real quick. What's going on? I tell you what's changing. Omega prices, Dark Side of the Moon, 16K, atrocious. You're not an Omega fan anyway, but let's talk about that real quick before I say another comment. I was on the Escapement show early this morning. I got up this morning and Thomas was on that thing, and they were talking about that. They were talking about the moon swatch. And I know there's a ton of people that hate the moon swatch. And I asked the question, the moon swatch, should it have been geared towards children? Like building up the next community of collectors? Or it's all about the money? It's all about the money. The travel to the moon, great. It's amazing, right? I'm gonna tell you a watch that does not, it got hype for its reissue, and that was that Gene Kranz Seiko, which was $440. Is it a good price? Is it a good deal? It's up to you. I think it's great. I have it in my collection. But think about the man that wore that watch. He's like, for those people that are hype about the moon watch because it went up into space, the Omega and your lunar pilots, he literally trained, taught, and grilled these men. He literally orchestrated, man. That was his mission. That was his dream. He was living out his dream. And that is a whole story. But you will never see that Gene Kranz watch be talked about as much as the moon swatch. Just won't do it. You won't even talk about the Rolexes that went to the moon, because they were considered passengers because they weren't qualified, I guess, to go up there, but they were worn underneath. But still, you got to think about the men that wore it. You can still, there's still a story behind that. But going back to your statement as far as the price of that watch, is that warranted? I'm gonna say no, because it's all about money. You're seeing that price goes up because the condition of watches. Like, if that's the case, stop making new stuff, because that is a slap in the face to the people that absolutely love Omega. And they, you know what I'm saying, like, you go with $16,000 and the watch thick as a brick house. It's nice. Some of it's not legible. It's a collectible watch. Is it an everyday piece? Is it something that somebody gonna love for or cherish? And there's another part to that. It seems like they're doing what the Jordan brand does, and that's killing the resale of the watch. For those that bought it, if you bought it at $8,000, somebody really wanted it, you sold it for $9,500. You know what I'm saying? Like, for those that like flipping, so that gets rid of the flippers. Same thing with shoes. But like, and they make it sure at $16,000, you're definitely not about to flip that. You're not about to flip that. I'm sorry. Yeah, if that's what you get into it for, you're not flipping that. What's my favorite brand to watch? That's a tough one, because I enjoy a number of watches I'll show you. Glycine is one of my like go-to brands. I like Glycine. Hamilton. I have a Hamilton in my collection. It's not running right now. It's pure mechanical. But Hamilton is one of my favorite brands. Even though Hamilton is really not putting out no heat, they still legit. Nomadic has become one of my go-to micro brands, which are enthusiast. I'm gonna call them enthusiast brands, because I think they're really more independent now, because they killing the game. I do like Islander. As you can see, I have on the Islander piece here, but I also have my Islander Rangemaster, and this is in the thumbnail as well. So these are, yeah. Then I got, hold up, one of my absolute faves. And this is one of, and I'm glad I got this watch this year. That's the PRX Carbon. This right here is one of, so I don't know. I don't say I have, excuse me, a particular favorite brand, but I have a number of brands, you know. if you ask me, like, if I was to collect one watch or from one brand now, I couldn't say I would collect from one. Let's just say for the time being, it'll be Tissot, South Baltimore, Islander, Hamilton, and we'll just leave it for that for right now. When you authentic, the haters must come out. Yeah? YouTube messing with you, my username. Yeah, everything's good, brother. Just got off, about to go in the grocery store. Okay. Watch buying for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Hey, man, look. There are seasons for each watch. I literally just had a conversation with a watch collector, like maybe 30 minutes ago, and we were talking about watches, you know what I'm saying? And I had asked, the state of collection right now, are you done? Are you finished? Is there anything that's really getting your attention? Or you just like forget it? Because the prices are jumped up on certain watches. Can you buy a watch, a great watch, or a good watch, or a reasonable timepiece for under $1,000? Is Rolex the ultimate destination? Is that the ultimate spot for you as a watch collector? Is it 4C? Is it what's another, MBMF? What's another one, man? It's a I don't know. Are you destined to collect something that is expensive that you could possibly get more money off in the future? I don't know. These are questions that you have to ask yourself. I'm speaking from my perspective right now. There are things here on YouTube that I really don't, man, as a consumer, as like this story that's being told. You got a group of YouTubers that are telling stories, that are telling you why you should look at these brands. You got the other ones that are just going straight into the luxury end of it, and these are no-brainers. These are, you know, whatever. Not really. There's some channels that are talking about how trash some of these companies are, and I'm like, ooh, man, your entrepreneurial spirit is dead, bro. Like, I like the micro brand space, or the enthusiast brand space, because people are really putting their thinking caps on. As far, I mean, you have to think outside the box, man, because, like, for example, I have a Nomadic, right? This watch has the features of like an older Rolex or Tudor. No crown guard, ceramic insert, sapphire crystal, Swiss movement, fine finishing. The watch is, I mean, but it has a vibe. Even though it's Nomadic, is built in Belfast. The movement is Swiss made. It's a Salida 200, regulated, but like, you have to have a taste for this. But I mean, even with designing this watch, it has similarities to some of the brands that you already know. This is their version of it, and it's a more affordable version of a Tudor or Rolex. And I actually like the watch. I dig it, and I think the story behind it, the reason why they built the watch. Shoot, I just watched Design Atelier just dropped his watch. Man, gosh, if y'all ain't seen that one, that watch is, whoo, the bracelet. Oh my goodness, man, that watch is freaking amazing. That watch is amazing, and he'll tell you. Well, you have to watch the video. I'm not gonna tell you what he said. You gotta watch it if you haven't seen it. Moon's watch shouldn't been more affordable, but meant to introduce the speedy aesthetic to a broader audience, including kids. Okay. Longines and Omega are my favorite. Ooh, I didn't even mention Longines. I like Longines too. Hey man, I'm gonna put this up as a windscreen because y'all can probably hear that wind. That wind's pushing. Just saw the PRX on German shop for $890, I believe. It's not a bad price. Oh, he's in here too. He's in here. Design Atelier is in here. Y'all go check out that watch, bro. That watch is sick. There are holding periods and everything. We might be in one at the moment of watch collecting. Yeah, because you know what? We're just talking from the perspective of watches, man, because life is going on. Food is up. I'm drinking coffee. The coffee, yeah, I seen the prices are up. And I normally go to it, like, y'all know I come to Starbucks periodically to get certain things, but I've gone to my 2 cup spot, which is not too far from my house. I much rather, I mean, it's businesswoman. Like, I will like support her. And that, like, just like watches, I like supporting enthusiast-based brands or entrepreneurs that have a watch, that started their watch journey as an owner. I think that's so slick, man. And you know, let's talk to that for a second, man. I'm gonna get into the chat some more. Y'all understand that we do have authentic watchmakers. We have some watch repairs. I got Kokomo Watch Company that's not too, it's like 35-40 minutes from my house. And they're literally, they can build their own movement if they want to. That costs a lot of money. But they can repair just about everything that you send to them. They can do whatever. Cerakote watch, they can do so much, man. They reloom. And this is something that, you know, Invicta, I'm going to get on you in a second. Invicta has this problem with loom, right? And even their movements. These are people that if you want your watch to be like one of one, you can send it to people like Kokomo and have them do something to the watch that Invicta failed to do. You're going to pay the money for it, but still, you'll have a watch that you absolutely adore because that watch may mean something to you. Which, man, I'm going to tell you something. A part of me losing weight, like I did, I wore this watch. Many days, I wore this watch. This watch, I've worn this one many days losing weight. And like I said, I'm 194 pounds to right now. Well, maybe not now because I just ate. But what, 195, 196? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to burn that off because I got to go to work here in about 40 minutes. Microbrands are independent, but they are tiers when it comes to operation and ownership structure. They are, Julius, there are. And, you know, that comes down to your AliExpress deals. Man, this is echoing in my ear with the hood on. I hope y'all don't hear the wind. You have your AliExpress brands. Like James, watching James, he showed a watch. He has a video that says, hey, help me pick out this watch. I looked at that video last night. I've never heard of this company before. I didn't even know they existed until last night. And when I tell you, there were like 10 watches that he showed. The very last watch was a banger. I think all of them were great. All of them. I kind of gravitated more towards the tank style watch that he showed, but I would get at least 3 of the watches that he showed last night. And I'm not even a dress watch guy, but some of the watches he showed was ridiculous. I haven't curated my own collection. I have incidental collection. Yes, as a microbrand, I can say we have much more freedom and risk. Yeah. Hey, listen, the shout out, don't even worry about it, bro, because I'm impressed. I don't even have the watch in hand, and I'm gonna say what I saw. I'm gonna tell you what the highlight of your video was. And you guys, if you missed it, here, let me just do this so you guys, because that, like, his channel has that on it. His channel has that logo. I'll tell you this, my honest opinion. When I saw the very first rendition of it, I said, man, and you called it a sports watch, right? And I said, man, that looked more like a vintage piece. I guess you can call it vintage sports, but it just reminded me of the 70s, man. I said, okay, they got the 70s aesthetic, but that bracelet is crazy. And I didn't even know what all it did. And y'all got to see it for yourself. This bracelet is crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. I believe, I don't think that you told us the truth. I think you have Cybertronial type of properties on this watch because, dude, that thing is forming into something else. You didn't come up with that by yourself. You guys are literally harboring Transformers. You either got Megatron or Starscream locked up in your basement, bro, and they helping you for their freedom. I'm gonna call it because that bracelet is sick, bro. That bracelet is sick in the move. Man, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with it, bro. You killed it. What's up, DK? Welcome in. Shoot me an email or a website, Trap. Okay. All right. Let's see. about the watch repair place. I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. And you just tell them, like, whatever you want. Just tell them, like, yo, Trap sent me over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they dope. And that's the thing about it, man. Getting back on topic. I'm a little. No, I'm not a little. I'm not pleased with a lot of stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already divided as we speak now. But you know, I'm looking at people, and everybody has a right to tell their own story, how they want to do stuff on YouTube and things of that nature. Trying to invite your crowd to the watch space or horology, introduction to horology, because I know, and I can tell you this, I'll go to other people's channels that are not watch people, but they absolutely enjoy watching. They feel that, hey, I don't want to say anything because I don't have the terminology, I don't have the knowledge, and I don't want to sound stupid. And I can agree with you about saying that, because I made the mistake of saying something in the channel, right? And I got slayed, man, and I didn't even get mad. I just humbly backed out. I said, okay, this isn't my crowd. Simple as that. Oh, that wind picking up. Hood on. Filter. Hit me up when you start wearing like a... Hey, man, I'm in there, bro. About watch, shoot me an email. Okay, yeah, I read that. Okay, all right, I appreciate that, bro. By the way, it looks like Jack Mason is re-releasing the Hydro Timer. In a different case, they releasing it? Hold up. Hey, we talking about, hold up. We talking about this Hydro Timer, this right here, this baby right here. Whoo, man. Now, thank you for telling me that, because now this is the part of the show that I want to, because I'm on limited time. I got like maybe 15 more minutes and I got to get to work. I absolutely love collecting watches. I love learning about watches. I love touching and feeling and poking and just everything, man. Everything about it, man. And the fact that I was nearly, in May, my doctor told me, you are one situation away from death. One. That was how bad I was. This is how far I let myself go. And I'm gonna tell you, grief, I was grieving so bad. I did not care about anything. I didn't care about my life. I didn't care about nothing else, man. Losing a child was the worst thing I could ever and will ever experience, man. And I just didn't care about life, man. So in May, I go to my doctor, and my doctor's telling me, like, hey, you continue, you're done. And I made a decision. I called Tony Woe, and here I am. And it's crazy is I can credit these watches, right? It's not like the watch magically did something, but I wanted to look better. I wanted to be around, and you know what I'm saying? It's like the correlation with time, I was like, I don't have time to waste. I got a grandchild. I got kids that's gonna need something in life. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna need help. So I had to stick around. So now, when I look down at these timepieces, right? They tell a story. All my watches, not all of them, but like a lot of my watches tell a story. You know what I'm saying? Like this one right here, I feel like a hero when I got this thing on. This is a heavy beast. You walk 30 miles in this thing right here, oh yeah, you feel it. I promise you feel it, but I don't care, man. I feel like a superhero, bro. You know what I'm saying? I threw this on this morning, and I mean, I just switched out into like, what, 3 watches so far today. And I'm not done, because I don't wear, let me see what I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear my Hamilton Khaki King to work today. Let me see, I'm wearing, man, get out of here, man. What is your gender and pronouns, man? Bro, if you don't go on somewhere with that crap, bro, we talking watches, man. What's your wrist size? That's what you need to ask. What's the wrist size? I'll answer that question. Ben 10 in the building. Hey, Ben 10, what's happening, bro? Did you win something, Ben 10? Did you win an auction or something, bro? I can't imagine, bro. That is beyond pain, bro. Ooh. DK? And chat, and I don't mind saying this now, yo. I can literally say this on YouTube because I know this goes out to so many people. Yo, I gave up on life. I did not care. I lost a lot. I lost a lot, man. But like now, you know what I'm saying? And you know how hard it was coming on here live saying, hey, y'all, man, I just lost my son. You know what I'm saying? And coming on YouTube really like helped me. It helped me. And even the worst thing that was said, man, somebody left a nasty comment, bro. Ooh, it was gutter, man. It was, man, they talked about my son, bro, and I saw that comment. And at the time, in that particular moment, man, I was filled with so much rage. I was like, yo, I will do everything in my power to find you, like use that username and find who you are and come get you. But when you live your life publicly on here, that comes with the territory. So I learned a valuable lesson. And besides that, I know my son, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew him up, taught him, don't allow somebody to put you in a bad position that could cost you your life for the rest of your life, or even jail and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just let it go, and I just learned to take the punches with everything else, man, because I get more positive stuff on here than negative. Hey, I'm telling you, when your doctor give you the side, I like, bro, when my doctor is so thorough, but he direct. He's like, what are you doing? Do you want to die? I was like, no, man. What? Hey, I love my doctor, man. He's so dope. Just saw the video on the Quadras. Great work. Love the bracelet. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm wearing the Sam Martin LE. Hey, today is pay the invoice day. It's all right, Ben. You got it. Salute to you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. The why? Okay. Sing is in the building. What's going on, man? All right, so this is what I want to say. All right, because I'm so limited on time, but where I was a minute ago, actually for the past few days, is just traveling through YouTube, traveling through this thing, and I want to continue. I'm going to continue doing these type of videos. I got some other videos I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I have a Kokomo video that's coming up. It was supposed to drop last month, but I want to add some other stuff to it. And this is going to give you a touch on what they do at Kokomo and why I appreciate and enjoy it so much. I think we should, as a whole, we should embrace and love what we collect and love what we do. Horology is made for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some may not think, but I'm glad that Horology didn't leave it in the hands of people like that, because, yeah, leave it up to them. It'll just be a smaller pocket of watch collectors, and they wouldn't get as many views as they think they would. Possibly, I don't know. Maybe they would. Maybe people like a-holes coming out here talking crazy to other people and trying to make you feel like you're not collecting right because you have a San Martin or you have an Islander or something like that. Bro, like, I'm gonna show you a watch that it's a mod, but this was created over there at Kokomo. They made this watch, man, and this was actually on their landing page at one point. And it's mine now. I got this bad boy. Hey, man, this is a treasure for me. This is a treasure. Not only does it signify that I got something custom made, but it talks about the relationship that I have with Kokomo, man. When my son passed, bro, they popped up. And, you know, like I said, they like 30 to 40 minutes away from my house, man. Kokomo showed up. The whole team came to pay their respect to my son, bro. And I was like, that's what it is, bro. It's all started with a watch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that. My condolences to your family. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Hey, James, that's all. If I lean on anything else, man, I'm gonna fall over, bro. I wouldn't make it. There's nothing wrong with buying what you like. It's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? And I encourage people to go and look at, you know, the pieces that you love. You know what I'm saying? And don't allow, even, let's say this, watches come in different prices. You can find some fire watches at $100. You can. Some really nice stuff. If you like Duro, the Casio Duro, that's what, $60 on Amazon. It used to be 44, but like, it, you know what I'm saying, it went up on price. It's still worth it though. It's really nice dive watch. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid of quartz. I know some people say quartz is the devil. Some people like, it doesn't have a soul, but like quartz is cool, man. Like, You don't have to worry about setting it or nothing like that. Time goes back tonight, right? Yeah, so I got to set my time. I'm going to just let them die, and then I'll set them back. Because I don't feel like going through all that setting stuff. I got too many watches to try to reset. I just let them, I'll pull the crown and just, you know what I'm saying? Quartz is grab and go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always buy what you like a car, clothes, music, anything else. Let me host. Just set them as you wear them. Yeah, that's it right there. The last piece. I want to say this. This is directed towards Shop HQ. If Shop HQ, if you get a hold of this message, may it find you in peace. But I want to say, you brought back Ryan Johnson after Invicta was uprooted from you guys last year and go over to JTV. And Invicta since then has not put out any Swiss-made pieces or Swiss movement pieces outside of the Pro Diver that you guys had a few months back. That was great. All right. The other problem with that is, wasn't a big deal, but like you didn't make people aware that there was a glycine movement inside the watch. Yeah, okay. You got caught with your hand in a cookie jar. No, it's not that big a deal. But because you have millions of Invicta fans, now, YouTube, and those that are in the higher echelon of collecting, I understand that some of you guys absolutely hate Invicta. You hate what it represents. They putting out trash. They do not compare. They say, hey, this watch is $4,500, but you can get it today for $112 on 6 value pays. I get that. The inflated prices, I'm with you. But that does not neglect the fact that millions of people, they were selling 14, 15 million models per year. That was their number. Crazy number, right? Nobody was out selling Invicta like that, man. They were selling just as much as Casio. Not as much. Oh, well, they were somewhere in that range. And Casio still got everybody. But that's neither here nor there. The crazy thing is, with that, you uprooted Invicta for whatever reason. You guys have your reason. And now when we get word that you're coming back to Shop HQ and you're bringing back one of the best hosts that they've had, Ryan Johnson, and you gave us that show that y'all gave us last week, or was it 4 days ago? Unacceptable. What's today? Saturday? Wednesday. Y'all gave us a show Wednesday. You didn't do any giveaway, none whatsoever. You didn't introduce anything new, and you only stayed on for 20 minutes. I mean, bro, you didn't give people enough time to come in, to view, to see, to comment. Bro, wait, what are you doing? You can't invite a crowd when you had hundreds of people coming in on a regular basis, and now you come back. The comeback was lackluster, and this is specifically for Shop HQ, because whether you guys want to admit it or not, the last time we were doing this shop, you guys know what my role was in this. Shop never paid me a dime. They never acknowledged me, and I didn't ask for it. I was just a fan. But a number of your customers learned about you from my channel. A number of your customers bought what I recommended, and I used to call in. So if you guys think that that doesn't matter, you guys have shot yourself in the foot. And it's not about me. It's about, like, I was one of your customers. Not the biggest, not the least. I was one of the customers. I was in the long line of people. And this right here is what I'm talking about. It's not just YouTube that has failed Horology. You want more customers, do more for your customers. If you are riding the coattail of that family experience, you failed. I'm being honest, tell you the truth. As a consumer, you failed. And that's the same thing with a number of collectors right now, a number of companies. I will say that Jack Mason is a company that is all about customer service. They all about their people. They coming out with nice stuff, innovative. Dufresne is another company that's out of Texas that's killing it. I'm going to even say Citizen has made a complete pivot, and they are so enthusiast based. Bro, some of the watches they got coming out is crazy. And hopefully Boulevard will follow suit and get rid of some of those mall style watches that they have. I think they'll do even better. What if Shop HQ offers you a job, Trap? What would you do to bring it back? My original plan, bro. If I was to go to shop and work for shop, it'd be the original plan, man. Give the people what they want. It wasn't rocket science, Ben. It wasn't rocket science back in It wasn't rocket science back in the day when we were asking for certain things. Like they were doing Skypes. I thought that was pretty cool. They did giveaways every once in a while, and I get that costs money, but guess what? Microbrands do it on a regular basis because, like Vizionico sends out watches to a number of content creators. Who was that? Christopher Ward. Look how many watches Christopher Ward sent out. They don't even sell at their events. The other thing too, they need to have a street team. That was a proposal that I gave them when they gave us that. So some years back, they had a contest. Oh, hello. Let me see what time it is. Okay, I got some time. They gave a contest where they was giving away a car, Mini Cooper wrapped in Invicta, right? Everybody went over there, and when we saw nobody from the community won that car, we was like, what happened to the car? Now, it's rumor mill that it was an employee or it was somebody, a friend of the family. They really never gave the car, but they did it 2 more times. And nobody that we knew of won that car. Nobody, right? I had proposed, I said, well, why give out the car? Like, let's have events, like a wind-up event. Just like how Wind Up and Minutes and Hours do their events. I said, dude, Invicta used to go to Basel World for like, 12 years straight or something like that. 12, 15 years straight. They won awards, the Red Dot Award back in 2013. They needed to reestablish themselves as a company. And I'm talking Invicta with shop, but now we're talking shop. If I was to work there, they have multiple brands, and they have to present those brands, like not just, hey, like you have to have specialists. You got to have somebody that knows that, because look where we are right now, y'all. Everybody, and I'm gonna say this, whether you like them or not on YouTube, you got a bunch of people that know these watches. They know the specs, they know the measurements, they know the history of these companies, and they're not doing that over there. They're just throwing some stuff up and then pissing people off, and then they have to see the thing about it. I'll probably 9 times out of 10 I wouldn't go over there. I wouldn't go work for them. You know why? The customer service. If that customer service was at least 8 out of 10, I would even do 7.5 out of 10. Not when your customer service is like 5 and 4.2 out of 10. Nah. I couldn't work for that, man, because guess what? I'm representing that watch, the company, the brand as a whole. I'm representing myself. My name is going on that thing, and if I tell you that this watch is going to dance on the moon, it's going to dance on the moon. And if it doesn't dance on the moon, we're going to send you some more product, and we're not going to hassle you over it. We're not going to come up with programs to get more money out of you in those programs when you invoke those programs to protect yourself as a consumer, and you don't get no. So that's why I wouldn't go work for them, because they shammed a lot of us. I was one of them. I spent a lot of money over there that got ripped off. So a street team in 2025. Hey, bro, let's make a street team, bro. That's why, hey, I'm telling you, consider how long Citizen has been around. You have to respect their market and pivot to something like Enthusiast Focus. Yes, hey, Megazord, guess what? They have, and you know what's crazy? Citizen does a good job with some of their reps. Some of their reps are some of the best out here. One of them, I'm not going to tell her name, but she just got injured. But she is hands down one of the best Citizen reps I've ever come across. Ever. And this is who they have representing them. Yeah. Now, I can say this one. Les is a rep up in for not just Tippecanoe County or where Jake is, but he's a rep for other people, and he's been on my show before. Not as a, I've never interviewed him, but he has been featured on my show before. So I can say his name without any recourse. He's a great rep. That's point blank period. Citizen has they finger on the trigger, man. They getting it, bro. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Invicta finesse, y'all. You have to accept that L. I do. I took one, bro. I took a major L, bro. I'm telling you. And it's all good though, because I learned my lesson, man. And I learned what there's a lot of stuff. I'm glad I did though, because that opened me up, opened my mind and my curiosity up to other brands and the culture, other cultures. It brought good friends and events, and they never cared and just finessed y'all. And don't boy, man. Hey, me calling it Dro. We all did, bro. It's, you know what, and it wasn't a full L, bro, because you know what, one of the best things ever that I experienced with Invicta was those cruises and going to those Invicta events at the stores, the brick and mortars. My favorite all time, my greatest moment as being an Invicta collector as well as a YouTuber, or whatever you want to call me on this thing, was Times Square. When I got to do my battle on here, everybody in Times Square, they were out there, they got to see that, something that I created. You know what I'm saying? And that was my battles was inspired by verses. And I got, actually it was 4 people. That you had somebody that was battling on the inside of the store, and you had some people that was battling on the outside of the store. And it was the most beautiful thing. The most beautifulest thing in the world, just like that. And I absolutely loved it. That was my best moment. If I'll never do anything else on YouTube ever again, that was my favorite moment of all times. Don't care how many people it reached, how many people it didn't reach, but that right there, hands down, best. That's fire. And I got to sing happy birthday to some random lady that was down there. She said, hey, it was my niece's birthday, can you give a shout out? So I had the DJ put the thing on, and I got the mic. Bro, like, you talk about MCing, bro, I was out there like, yo, Manhattan, you know what I'm saying? I need y'all to stand up for my niecey Pooh over here. And bro, I don't even know the young lady, man, but you know what I'm saying, made her day, made my day. It made my day. So I can't fault Invicta for everything. Like, I'm gonna put them in a bad light for everything. Shoot, you ain't gotta put Invicta in a bad light. They can do that on their own. Which they do on a regular basis, bro. I ain't gotta say nothing. They shoot themselves in the foot. Invicta has taken over Whatnot, running shows multiple times per day. That's their real show. That's why I say, like, so Invicta has nothing to do with what Ryan is doing. Shop HQ they are sourcing their Invicta pieces and bringing them in. Now, hopefully they bring something new, because what they showed the other day, nope, that ain't it. What time is it? Okay. And I met a lot of people, man. I met a lot of people. Boulevard should release a manual wine version. I've been saying that type. Oh, bro, hold up, man. I gotta put that on the screen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do you know? I like Boulevard, man. I gotta tag Boulevard in this, man. Boulevard, give us. It's cool that you just brought out a new piece, Damascus steel. The Blood Moon, I love all the colorways. That is amazing. But can we please, absolutely pretty please, get a manual wine and Boulevard Citizen Group? It has to happen. You know why it has to happen? For this one thing, you have companies in the Addies that AliExpress are putting out some phenomenal manual. I was about to put mechanical and all that, but whatever. Manual wound timepieces out with simple movements, man. We're not asking you guys to do anything that you like. You have it, man. Like, get it done. And if you don't have it, man, make it enough. I don't know what you got to do. Stop making a certain line. Get rid of some of them. I tell you what, stop making those mall-looking watches and divert that money that y'all have put into those mall-looking watches into a Lunar Pilot mechanical. Just, man, please, Boulevard Citizen Group, do something, man. Help me, please. Do you understand how many people like, hey, jumping over there? That would be the most phenomenal news ever, bro. Like, that thing is gonna go crazy. And then if you want to add some different colorways to that, but I think they should come out with the original colorway first before they start adding all these other colors. Come with the original first mechanical. Look, bro, I'll buy that. I buy that for $1. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I do agree with you, man. Citizen and Boulevard still rocking. I did, yeah, I got the picture. Yeah, I got that. I like that. I got the picture, bro. Yes, hey, Jay Jones, you're right. If it wasn't for Invicta, I would have never came to New York. If it wasn't for Invicta, I would have never came on a cruise. I met a few thousand people. I think in total for each cruise, there was like, I didn't come 2017, but yeah, I met some amazing, hold on. Okay, I met some amazing people 2018, 2019, and 2020. And then we did the 2 additional cruises, which were collector-based cruises. And there's another cruise coming up in 2027, I think April of 2027. And Lord willing, if that thing goes off without a hitch, man, there'll be a battle on there. And it's going to be the ultimate battle. It's going to be a championship battle. Yes, championship, bro. It's, oh, this is going to be the ultimate, man. Like, I think, man, it got me so fired up to where I had tears in my eyes just thinking about it, bro. I'm like, yo, and I get emotional, man, because that's my artwork. I always think about my grandma, because my grandma put so much emphasis in her work. She was an artist. In one of her paintings, which I have in my possession right now, in some of my older videos, I had that painting in there. But she was awarded for that painting. And it's at, my grandmother lived in Gary, Indiana. And their art museum is set in that art museum until they closed that art museum. It was featured on WGN News back in 94, 95, 94. Yup. I have that painting in my possession right now. And because my grandma was such an artist, she put her heart on there. I do the same thing here. So, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for this cruise. I seen a beautiful Boulevard dress watch, 18 karat gold Calatrava case. Beautiful, man. From the 70s, I think. Vintage, man. Yeah, that Timex is cold. I think that Timex rocking, bro. I really like that Timex. Invicta brought people together. Yeah, they did. They did. Look like a block pond, kind of. I can see that. Yep, I can say that. Gary in the home of the Jackson 5. Yes, sir. Oh, okay. Nope. Your grandma may be a famous painter. Her name was Emma Ruth Franklin. That was my granny. That painting could be worth some money. It could be, but you know they they asked my granny, man. I'll tell y'all this, and I'm gonna get out of here. They asked my granny. They said, Miss Franklin, you have to be proud that your painting got chose, and it was the painting of the year. Blah blah blah. What is this painting about? She said, in the camera, I don't know. Them just my feelings, bro. And that was it, man. I was like, grandma, she's so country, man. She don't care, man. Hey, you gotta love her though, bro. That still cracked me up to this day. She was so serious. Oh my gosh, one of my friends, man, was like, man, your grandma crazy, bro. Like she on the news and that's all she can say. I said, hey, you know Granny, bro. A woman of very few words unless you piss her off. That's real. I know at the time, but I was like, Granny, man, come on. And I talked, me and my grandma talk. I said, Grandma, you couldn't say nothing more than that. She said, all foot, boy, that's what it is. I said, okay. That was the thing, foot. All foot. That's what she say that to keep her from cursing. It's almost like chewing gum for a smoker, or just putting like a lollipop in their mouth or something. So, all right, y'all. It was our feelings. That's awesome to hear. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta get to work. I'll be late. I'll be late because the traffic, man. The traffic's crazy. Hold up, let me see. I'm just gonna let y'all see. The traffic is stacking up, y'all. Traffic is stacking up. It's gonna be hard for me to get out of this thing. But that's cool because I can bogart. I got a bigger vehicle. I'm gonna drive Chicago style. Just come out and yeah. All right, listen. I'm out this thing. Appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. We've been on for 54 minutes. That's almost an hour. You know what I'm saying? So until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed. Appreciate y'all. This is dope. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And